What's the biggest promise your parents broke? When I was 7 years old, my mom tucked me into bed, handed me my stuffed rabbit, and made me one promise. No matter what happens, I'll always be in the front row. At the time, it sounded sweet. I didn't realize she'd spend the next 10 years breaking it. My parents divorced when I was 6. Dad moved away. Mom got custody. And every important moment after that came with the same sentence. I promise I'll be there. School plays, dance recitals, soccer games. Every single time, I searched the crowd. Every single time, her seat stayed empty. There was always an excuse. Traffic, work, headache, dead phone. At first, I believed her. Because kids will forgive the people they love 1,000 times before they finally stop hoping. By high school, I stopped looking into the audience altogether. It hurt less. Then came sophomore year. I made it to the state debate championship. For once, I needed her there. The night before, she hugged me and said, I wouldn't miss this for the world. The next day, I won first place. And when they called my name, the chair beside the aisle was empty. Afterward, I locked myself in a bathroom stall and cried harder than I ever had in my life. Not because I lost, because nobody saw me win. A year later, I got accepted into my dream university. I ran home shaking, holding the letter. Mom glanced at it for maybe 3 seconds and said, that's nice, honey. Then she turned back to her TV show. That's the exact moment something inside me shut off. No anger, no screaming, just silence. Senior year came fast. Graduation, the biggest day of my life. 3 weeks before, Mom grabbed my hands and smiled. Front row, I swear. And somehow I believed her again. The morning of graduation, she even texted me a heart emoji. So before the ceremony started, I kept scanning the crowd, looking for her face, looking for proof. Nothing. By the time they called my name, I already knew. Empty seat. Again. After the ceremony, families flooded the field with flowers and cameras. I stood alone pretending to text someone so nobody would notice. Then I heard a voice behind me, sweetheart. I turned around and froze. It was Mrs. Jenkins, my 3rd grade teacher, the woman who taught me multiplication and let me eat lunch in her classroom when kids bullied me. She held out a bouquet of flowers and smiled nervously. Your mom mentioned she couldn't make it, and I didn't think you should stand here alone. That broke me, because suddenly I realized something horrifying. A woman who never promised me anything showed up, while the person who promised 100 times never did. Mrs. Jenkins took graduation pictures with me, took me out for ice cream, cheered louder than anyone else there. That night, Mom finally called. No emergency, no tragedy. She simply said, I forgot. Like I was a grocery list, like I was forgettable. Years later, when I got married, Mom begged for one last chance. I'll be there, she cried. Front row. I promise. I looked at her and finally said the thing I'd rehearsed in my head for years. The problem isn't that you broke your promise. She went quiet. The problem is that I kept believing you. On my wedding day, the front row wasn't empty. Mrs. Jenkins sat there holding flowers. Again, and that's when I learned something. The people who truly love you don't just make promises. They show up.